But this recipient stands out. When I met them at the door today, they started telling me of the increased and accelerated efforts that they're doing to spread the word about their private member's bill that has now passed second reading in the legislature to unanimous votes. JFCY attended the legislature on September 19th to that vote, and 4 of our clients came, all of whom had been denied services and that are now homeless. And I can't say with more vigor that without this recipient really striving forward and making the positive and necessary changes that we wouldn't have law reform and creative ways that we're coming forward to make the changes that are necessary. We look forward to supporting the bill and the positive reforms to come. And with no further ado, I thank and congratulate the entire office of MPP Rod Jackson's office to come forward. Thank you.
I can't even tell you what a privilege it is to be able to accept this award on behalf of my office. It's really important for me to recognize, and I want to thank you guys for making the distinction of the office of Rod Jackson, because all too often politicians take a lot of credit for things that are done by their staff, and in this case my staff was particularly vigorous in their pursuit of this bill. It's really important to give credit to the self-advocates, the children who are actually right now 16 and 17 years old, who are the ones that are feeling the pain of not having anywhere to go. Some of them have been beaten every day of their life for 16 years, and they had the courage to leave their family, and they turned to Children's Aid, and they had to close the door on them, and they had nowhere to go. They had to go to the street, they had to go to the hospital, they had to go to jail. They had increased levels of violence perpetrated upon them. Their options are brutal, in no small way, brutal. And we're the only jurisdiction in the developed world that hasn't fixed this yet. So to me, this seems like a simple housekeeping gesture that needs to be done. So many groups have been lobbying for this for well over 10 years. And when I heard that, I thought, why don't we just do it? What a novel idea for a government to just do something, right? And we've got enough boards and committees and panels to study things. It's about time we just step up and do things. And the nice part about this bill is it's not mine, right? My name's on it. And I wouldn't say I'm ashamed. I'm actually very proud to have my name on it. But it really should have every child who has suffered because of this on it. They're the ones that brought it to my attention. It's their voice that we heard when we wanted to make this bill happen. And it's their bill. And it's every child who suffered because of it. It's their bill too. And it's every child that might suffer until it's passed. It's their bill, and it's every child's bill who will benefit from it once it's passed, because we're going to pass this thing through third reading. So I'm not going to go on too long. I could go on all night about this. I get pretty passionate. But I do want to say, though, I do want to make one plea to you. We need your help, because private members' bills don't have a great chance of often making it through to final legislation and to third reading and royal assent. The government controls controls the agenda and controls what goes to committee and what goes to royal assent and third reading. So I need your help to put pressure on the current government to make sure that they put this on their priority agenda, to put through committee, to have a good discussion. We need to have more discussion about it for sure, and productive discussion. But moreover, we need to make sure this thing goes to third reading and gets passed with royal assent soon, before the spring. So we've taken up a tour. We're going to do a tour right across the province, talking to all sorts of different groups like Rotary clubs and women's college and university associations. Anyone who will listen to us, to ask them, like I'm asking you now, to write letters to the Premier and to the ministers, any minister, every minister, your MPP, asking them to make this a priority for the government, to put on the agenda, to go through its fair due process and get passed so that we can save these kids from a terrible, some terrible options that they have right now, and give them the option to succeed. How novel is that? Give children the option to succeed and hear their voice, because they need to be heard. And you know what? It's their voice that they opened the door for me I walked through it. And that's, they deserve this award more than I do.